Although I haven't owned this bike, this 2017 Aprilia Tuono V4 1100 factory that long, I only did one ride on this bike, but I can already name some bad things about this bike. But in this video, I'm going to keep it real, but I know some of you guys can't handle real.
Let's go for a ride. Watching CycleCruza's all-in-one motorcycle channel. Subscribe today.
Continue to leave video suggestions, but you may find what you're looking for by visiting my website at CycleCruza.com and click on the menu tab My Videos. And those are a bunch of playlists with all of my videos categorized in them to make it easier for you to navigate through.
First off, I want to tell you guys that after riding this bike, it really helped me appreciate my 2012 CBR 1000 Ii. Just how perfect this bike is and still awesome for 2019. Because this bike was awesome, don't get me wrong, man. I'm not completely hating on this bike, but I'll tell you, the V4 engine on this bike is amazing. I really like it. And once I put a pipe on it, oh my goodness, this bike will be off the charts awesome. But as a lot of you guys know, my very first ride on this bike, I experienced some fails on this bike, some issues where it was, getting an error message and it was stuttering and it was bucking and everything else. If you haven't seen my previous video, go check it out. I'll include an excerpt in this video.
Oh no, come on. Come on, baby, get me home. Get me home.
That was a really horrible experience, and it was very dangerous because, with this bike bucking and slowing down and surging and everything, and I had cars behind me, it just was really, really scary, but hopefully they can get that corrected. It is under warranty still, but that brings me to the number one bad thing on this bike that I don't like is I don't like the ride-by-wire throttle on this bike. Hopefully when they fix the problem, hopefully that will correct it. It felt like there was a slight hesitation. It just didn't feel natural like it does with the, the traditional cable throttle that I have on this bike. And even the Ducati X Diavo's wire-by-wire throttle was great. I didn't have any issues at all. But this one, it didn't feel right. Like I said, it felt like a slight hesitation. But I haven't heard any other reviewers mention that, so I'm assuming that maybe it's just an issue with this bike that I'll get corrected at the dealer. So we'll put that on the back burner. But number two is it's hard to find neutral on this. You have to feather the shifter just slightly. You have to be very, very careful clicking up because most of the time though it'll click up from first to second. Then you have to tap it down slightly to get to neutral. You have to play with it sometimes. But after a while, I'll probably get used to that where it's not that big of an issue. It's just more of an irritation. Another issue that I have, well, I'll tell you, which is a little issue here, is they put all these stickers on the bike. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 warning stickers. And these stickers are irritation to take off. As a lot of you guys know, you got to take a heat gun to it and probably some goo remover stuff. And they even have the audacity to put a sticker behind the shield on this. You have to actually take this shield off to take that stupid warning sticker off. That's ridiculous, man. That's minor though. That's not a big issue. Another issue I don't like. I don't really care for the steering on this bike. It just seems weird, and that could be because I need to adjust the Olin steering damper a bit or something. I don't know. Or maybe it has to deal with the other issues with the bike that need to be sorted out. But the steering just feels, sometimes it feels loose and sometimes it feels tight. I don't know. My Ducati X Diavo, which had bars on it, I didn't have that issue with that bike at all. And that also helps me appreciate my CBR that has the HESD Honda electric steering damper that I really love, that I think is absolutely amazing for the street. And you don't have to service it as where you have these Olin steering dampers. You actually have to service it. I think you have to change your oil with that. So I'm not really fond of that. Hopefully maybe I can get that corrected, or maybe it's just something I'll have to get used to. Another thing that's bad is the halogen lights. You think with all this technology they have on this bike, they would update the lighting system to LEDs. Hello, it's 2019. Also, this bike doesn't have a fuel gauge, and it just has a low light fuel indicator. But before I turn the display on, this is another thing I don't like that I think is bad. I don't like these special keys here with the chip in it. I mean, I think it's ridiculous. They should just either go with a regular key or do a key fob. A key fob is cool, like I had with the X Diavo. You can just keep it in your pocket. And also with the X Diavo, you didn't even have to bring a key. You can just punch in a code and start the bike, which I think is awesome. This crap here, like the Lexus key, you know, for cars is great, but for a motorcycle, it's unnecessary to go with the key with the chip, because I'll tell you, when people steal your bike, they just pick it up and put it in a truck or van, and then they part it out, and they make a lot of money off the parts. So just go with the regular key, because this could just cause more problems. Say if the chip goes bad or something, the bike won't recognize the key, and then you got problems. And that's one thing I tell you I don't like with all the electronics on the bike, is it's more stuff to go wrong. But as you can see here with the display, and there's something I don't like about this display, which it looks cool at first. Like I said, it pulls up Aprilia V4s, like it looks almost like a video game. It asks for this stupid insert your personal code. Why do they have to put that on the big old blue box on the screen like that? And the sales guy told me, don't put a code in, because you can end up having some issues with that. And also the RPM gauge, which I don't really need one. You know, I don't have one on the YZ or the WR, and I could care less. I usually go by hear and feel anyhow. But when I look at it, it doesn't seem as accurate as my CBR 1000 RR's RPM gauge. It's just, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Like I said, I'm just getting used to the bike. And then, of course, you got all that stupid error codes that pulled up, and the bike bucking, all that I experienced with the bike. Now I'm kind of worried that I'll experience that again. I'll go way out in Ohio country somewhere, and that thing will be bucking and everything else, and leave me stranded out there in the dead of night, and then I'll have to, that's what I'm worried about. I don't really trust this bike, man. Even if I get it fixed, it's like in the back of my mind, what if that happens and I'm way out in the country? I don't trust it. This bike I trust, man. This bike is taking me all everywhere, you know. This bike, I'm worried about it. I don't want to go too far from home with this bike, you know. So I don't know. This bike may be up on the for sale block, and maybe I'll just go and try the KTM 1290 Super Duke R. But some of you guys are saying that's got problems too, and some of you say you don't have problems. So I don't know. That's why I bought the bike, because I wanted to experience it and share the experience with you guys on my channel. I want to step out of my comfort zone. You know, my comfort zone is with Japanese bikes. I've told you I've had 0 issues with any Japanese bikes I've had. The Ducati X Diavo only owned 8 months, but I didn't. The only problem I had is the rear brake went out, and that was a recall they had to take care of. But I'll tell you another thing that I don't like about this bike is I don't like that it has hoses sticking out the bottom here. I don't know if you can see that. That looks tacky. I know all the bikes have hoses that come out the bottom, but they're more concealed. Like on the X Diavo, you didn't see hoses sticking out. Another thing that I don't like, it's not the bike, but Aprilia Dealerships. They're nothing special. Like Ducati dealerships, it's like it's like you're a family with the Ducati dealerships. You're a bit more exclusive, like with the Lexus dealerships. That's why I keep a Lexus, man, because I love the treatment, excellent customer service you get with Lexus, and I liked it with Ducati. They went out of their way to help you. They took their time on the phone with you. Like these Aprilia dealers are just like the Japanese dealerships. They don't care. They want to get off the phone with you quick. It's just, there's nothing special or exclusive about the Aprilia dealerships. At least the experience I've had with 2 different Aprilia dealers. The one guy where I bought the bike, actually, he took his time to speak with me about a lot of things. He was really cool, but I'm really upset with them, like I said, because they didn't test ride this bike before he put it on consignment in his dealer. You know, it was only one owner before the, that owned this bike. I bought it with 751 miles. But after speaking with him and the serviceman, they didn't even test ride this bike. I had the first service done before I took delivery of this bike. And the guy, he didn't even take it out for a test ride, even though now, to be fair, the weather was bad. But I would rather have them wait until there was a clear day, until the roads are clear, and they can actually test ride this bike before I get this bike. But anyways, like I said, I'll have this taken to the dealer. Hopefully I can get these issues sorted, and we'll give it another chance. But if I have any other issues, guys, I'm putting this for sale, and I'm getting something else. But anyways, guys, I get to use my nice fold-up trailer again that I absolutely love. I did a full review on this in the past. I include a link to this fold-up trailer in the description and comment section of this video. It's been absolutely amazing. And for those of you guys who want to get my gear, my camo pants, boots, gloves, my new helmets, my new jackets, cameras, all my stuff, I always include links in the description and comment section of my video. Or go to my website, CycleCruza.com, click on the menu tab, My Gear, and that's links to all of my stuff.
Hit thumbs up, check out my playlist for new riders and popular videos. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and check out my other channel, Bug Out Moto, where I customize a van for my motorcycle so I can live in my van with my motorcycle and travel across the country anywhere. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Bug Out Moto.